Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. The Swan Princess producer Selden Young recently posted a YouTube video about how he's gotten a lot of demand to make a live-action Swan Princess movie. Do you think this would be a good idea or a disaster? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll post a link to his video in this description. Swan Lake was a ballet composed by Tchaikovsky in 1875. The ballet's popularity in recent years inspired several movies, including The Swan Princess, Black Swan, and one of the first Barbie movies. Perhaps it was Tchaikovsky's haunting score that made the story so irresistible, or perhaps it was the classic princess elements, such as the magical transformation, like in Cinderella, or the betrayal of true love, like in The Little Mermaid. Whatever it is, the ballet has become a favorite among princess fans for over a century. Little is known about the origins of the story. Two popular theories are the Russian fable, The White Duck, and the German fairy tale, The Stolen Veil. These only resemble the tale of Princess Odette, though. If any bird that turns into a princess inspired Swan Lake, you can just as easily argue that the anime Princess Tutu was inspired by it, especially considering the ballerina influence. Regardless, Swan Lake tells a captivating story about a princess put under a curse by the evil sorcerer Rothbart, and only her true love can save her. In the ballet, Rothbart's daughter Odile transforms into a double of Odette to trick the prince into making a vow to the wrong woman, causing her downfall. The psychological trauma of having an evil twin inspired director Darren Aronofsky to create the psychological thriller Black Swan in 2010, in which Natalie Portman plays a ballerina who struggles to capture the essence of both Odette and Odile. The obvious fairy tale elements of the story make it a natural choice for an animated children's movie. In 1994, Richard Rich released The Swan Princess under Nest Family Entertainment. Prior to this film, Rich's only experience with the company was on animated children's biblical videos. A princess movie with no underlying religious message was therefore a bit of an odd choice, unless he was trying to capitalize off Disney, a theory strongly held by the Nostalgia Critic in his review. Still, the movie did have its charms, featuring some memorable songs, fun montages, and goofy sidekicks. Jean Bob, Odette's froggy friend, made constant references to another fairy tale, The Frog Prince. A few notable changes that The Swan Princess made from the ballet include a memorable sequence of Odette and Derek growing up together and turning Odile's character into a nameless old hag who followed Rothbart around for seemingly no reason. For some reason, the names Odette and Rothbart remain constant among all versions of the story, but the prince's name, Siegfried, was always changed. I guess nobody likes the name Siegfried. Though The Swan Princess could hold its own as a decent standalone fairy tale classic, Nest decided to take advantage of its success and did something that made Disney's cheapgoals look like Oscar-winning masterpieces. They turned The Swan Princess into a franchise of second-rate direct-to-DVD supplements. Don't get me wrong, the two hand-drawn sequels they released in the 90s, Escape from Castle Mountain and The Mystery of the Enchanted Kingdom, were not the worst ever as far as direct-to-video sequels go. If they had stopped there and called it a trilogy, their act of betrayal would have been forgivable. After all, children's biblical videos can only sell so much. But no, it gets worse. In 2012, Richard Rich decided to ruin all of our childhoods by releasing the barely watchable CGI Swan Princess Christmas movie featuring some of the worst animation I have ever seen in my life. He then proceeded to rub salt in the wound by continuing to release one after another sequel each year, veering even further from the lovely tale of Swan Lake. You can find the review of the most recent one, A Royal Misery, in the Princess blog. I'll post a link below. Clearly, greed has blinded Rich. He is now entirely beyond help. I suppose I should be grateful that he's keeping the franchise alive, but no one ever asked to see Odette and Derek adopt a child 20 years after the movie and watch her go on boring and irrelevant adventures. It is a terrible shame Tchaikovsky's libretto was cheapened in such a way, but I digress. The other adaptation was released in 2003 and aptly named Barbie of Swan Lake. It borrows elements from the 1877 libretto by giving Odette, played by Barbie of course, a magical crown that protects her from Rothbart's enchantments. The Barbie version also paid a lot more tribute to its source material by featuring Tchaikovsky's original score and showing tons of ballet sequences throughout the course of the movie. And I do mean tons. The sequences were so drawn out that they detracted from the story at times. They also made Odette a peasant from the village instead of a princess. But she still fell in love with a prince named Daniel, not Siegfried. It kept the character of Odile as Rothbart's daughter intact, which made more logical sense and told the story better than having a random old hag around all the time. It is also worth mentioning that the 2013 Barbie movie, The Pink Shoes, contained an alternate version of Odette. It was about a magical pair of ballet shoes that brought famous ballets to life when Barbie danced in them, including Swan Lake and Giselle, who the 2007 heroine of Disney's Enchanted was named after. Swan Lake is no different than any other fairy tale. The story was told and retold for many years in many different forms. In the Princess blog, you can find a review of a novel version of Swan Lake, which I will post a link to below. Whether it's on stage, where many other princesses have found their home, or on screen, Odette's transformation is breathtaking to behold. Just please, for the love of everything good and magical in the world, stop making these awful sequels. I'm begging you. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching my channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which princess or princesses you'd like to hear about next. Check the video description for all relevant links, and remember to always follow your dreams.